Hello there guys, and welcome to Wednesday night. Yes, that is right, it is a Wednesday and we are here at Sadagena for round 2 of the Tyre Team Championship for at least round number 2 of the Tyre Team's Championship. Yes, that is correct. It is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box, as per usual for the time being in this great series. It gives me a great pleasure to be a part of this, and we are going to be in for a thrilling and probably some close proximity racing, as we saw at Dragon Trails on the Seaside circuit last time out, and it should be very spectacular, and it could be a very close proximity championship, because we do have a few people racing, as well as series returnee, and that is Darren Baldwin in the Team Continental BMW. I believe Nave John, that was racing for Team Continental, has decided, you know, to step back for a bit, so Darren now takes over at Team Continental for the BMW. I believe team captain, I think he is team captain, I'm not too sure, Craig Thomas is not going to be making it this evening, so it's going to be very interesting for Team Continental being a driver down, but we shall see exactly what Darren will do. Darren is a very quick racer himself, he's a very established racer. Obviously back involved as he clips the wall there, which he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to make that mistake going into the race. We do have someone representing Hancock. I believe that is a new driver to me. I will double check who that is, because it is going to throw me. I believe that is Thomas Chevalier. I do apologise if I pronounced your name wrong, mate. I do apologise. You are new to me, so that is M007 Moreno. I'll just call him Moreno for short for now. So in the team's standings, Team Hancock have 134 points. They are kind of 20 points in front of Team Pirelli. Pirelli run the Alpha 4C, and Pirelli are on 114. Then you have Team Continental on 72. There is no qualifying, it goes just off how they finished last time out, from what I believe, just for yeah, so basically trying something different is with the grid positions, so it's going to be probably interesting to see what these guys can do this evening. It is going to be a close track. It is not the easiest round here, because some places are narrow and some places are flat out. So yes, it is the one and only Hoppers doing the commentary. So welcome to the stream, guys, and I hope you are going to enjoy it as much as I will. And you know, there will be probably some close proximity within Continental, Hancock, and of course Pirelli. As I say, it is going to be down to the teams, it's down to the drivers as well. It is also down to how much team tactics play in. I believe there is both 14 lap races this evening, so it is going to be a bit of a close battle. So we are going to be looking at seeing what most guys can do. We do have drivers like Ismail Nemri, who is currently in his outlap in that Alfa Romeo 4C, which looks strikingly fantastic, I must say. And the Hyundai Genesis, that's powered by, obviously, on the Hankook tyres, so that will push a few guys on for Hankook. They want to regain sort of their championship lead from Team Pirelli, because obviously Pirelli were working so hard last time out trying to stop the rot, and obviously, you know, it nearly came to no avail for Pirelli. So you're looking at Darren in the Continental. So you got Pokovic sorting himself out. So, you know, it's going to be close as you like. We do have Nick Sargent, the founder of ESR, doing the Team Continental, so the blue, the sort of turquoisey blue BMW this evening. Dean Atkinson in the white BMW, so kind of famous colours for the BMWs. It's quite close to see, so he's representing Team Continental. Lee Fitzy at Team Pirelli. So you've got Brian Ross, who's the lobby host for this evening, representing Team Hankook. So it's going to be fantastic to see exactly how well these guys will do. It's not down to driving now, it's down to the teams. So if you're in, like, let's say for example Team Pirelli, you work as a team, and then you work and then search for Team Hankook and also Continental. So it's going to be fantastic to see. The pit lane is on the left hand side, so that is going to kind of throw a few people when they make pit stops. I believe, from what I've seen though, over the last couple of maybe times, from last time out at Dragon Trails Seaside, not Gardens because we weren't there, but Dragon Trails Seaside, you know, it seemed they were pushing quite considerable amount of fuel ratios, and it was kind of like they're near enough running out of fuel towards the end of the lap, and it kind of hampered what they were doing. So we'll see what happens. But yes, please do like and subscribe to the Eldar Sim Racing, and please do leave us a comment and let us know who you think will take an outstanding victory, whether it be Team Hankook, Team Pirelli or Team Continental. Personally, I've not raced against these guys. I've not raced in a massive team gathering where it's the whole team scores points basically. So depending on how well your team scores, well, how many places your team gets depends on obviously the points, and then vice versa really with all three tyre manufacturers. They're in different cars, so you got obviously Hankook representing the Hyundai Genesis, which is itself. We're on board with Brian Ross just for a moment or two, just to get a feel of the Sadagena circuit. Going into turn number 1 at the moment. Got to be careful not to clip that wall on the outside like he has nearly done there. He breaks down to second for the next turn, which ultimately brings him alongside the forever sort of wind turbines alongside this circuit. So you got wind turbines on either side, but going up the rise here, it's going to be braking down to about gear 2 and then it's going to go along the back straight towards the next part of the circuit. Picking up 5th gear at the moment. It's going to be into 6th, short blast into 6th, then down into gear 3 maybe. Yeah, gear 3 into that part there. Then it goes into sort of a tight left-right chicane, so anything can happen here. You've got beautiful mountains alongside, then you've got obviously towards the wind turbines on the right hand side. Then it goes into another sort of a blast chicane, and then we do have a bit of a downhill straight. So yes, that is a lap of Sadagena. Evening Darren, how's it going mate? I wish you all the best of luck mate. I'm looking forward to seeing how well you do for Team Continental this evening. It's going to be epic, I must say. But yes, we do have Moreno, or Moreno. Just bear with me if I pronounce it wrong. It's not... I'm not familiar with you at the moment, my friend. Obviously, Lee Fitzy setting the pace for Team Pirelli at the moment. So we do have Sampa for Team Continental in the green BMW. So the BMWs may look to work together. They did kind of... I don't know how Team Continental fell apart last week. Just as a... not as a bad thing, but they were trying to push to get to obviously take the likes of Gareth Morris, who was dominating Team Hancock's charge basically, and there was a lot of things ongoing. You've got Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli in the sort of Rosso red Alpha 4C, so you got the Alpha 4C there, which yeah, again is another stonking car. It's a fantastic machine. You've got Brian Moncani in Team Pirelli, so there is a few guys. Going to see exactly what happens. You've got obviously Pop Motorsport, the Serbian driver for Team Pirelli, so he's in the white Alpha 4C. So there is quite a lot of interest. I believe from what when I was calling it in commentary, which last week wasn't a bit of a just a heads up rather from him last week. So let me have a look quickly. He did drop me a message, so can't remember when he dropped me a last message. But yeah, bear with guys, 1 second. So let's be known as Popovic. So yes, he was just Popovic. There you go. I'll try and pronounce it right this time, bud. But yes, Serbian driver doing a very stellar job in Eldar Sim Racing. You got Ismail Nemri, the Dutchman. Looking likely he will be pushing quite a bit on. We do have... oh, he gets a bit onto the gravel there, which spins him round and round, which you don't want to be doing because that will hamper your sort of lap time. But we do have some close racing. So it's, as I say, it's not down to one single driver anymore. It is down to drivers in each team. So you've got the Alpha 4Cs of Team Pirelli, then you've got Team Hankook of the Hyundai Genesis, people that race in the Hyundai, and then obviously Team Continental in the BMW M3. It turns out, you know, you can have a lead driver obviously in your team. You've got the captain, you've got the vice captain, and such forth. But the aim of the game is to work as a team to get your pit stop strategy right, from what I kind of gather, just from my own initiative, even though I've not done this sort, is to literally work together. You decide, 2 of you, maybe 3 of you, go into pit lane, the leading driver of your team, who's fast as the quartet, you know, just push on quite a bit for obviously, you know, just push on and then obviously see what happens. But obviously the faster driver of your team may want to stay out longer. I believe softs and mediums, I believe you just have to use them throughout the race. I believe certain strategies may come differently. As I say, there's no qualifying now, so it's going to be close as you like going off the start for race 1 as well as race 2. But anything can happen in this championship. That's the whole point of the having obviously Team Pirelli, Team Continental, and of course Team Hankook. It is going to be probably fantastic to see. You looking at Chris Wheatley in that Alpha 4C at the moment for Team Pirelli, obviously, you know, wanting to spearhead that challenge. Pirelli want to try and eke out more points this time round. Adam Morgan is here. I didn't realise he joined, so it's not Touring Car Star, by the way, guys. It is a Welsh guy named Adam Morgan. They just have the same name, obviously. So he's driving for Team Hankook. He did very well at Track and Trails on the Seaside circuit last time out. So there is a few bits and pieces. So we do have a few drivers. You've got obviously Darren making his racing return to the Eldar Sim. Looking forward to seeing what he can do within Team Continental's chances. They do have, obviously I've noticed on some of the cars to do, or maybe all the cars to do, have the Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs logo, as well as PJ Parcels and Shell Lawman for sponsors. So it is obviously kind of a massive shout out to each and every single sponsorship that sponsors the Eldar Sim. So you got Dean Atkinson going on board with Dean in the BMW just for a moment or two. The BMW is kind of a quick, going to be kind of a quick car to see what happens. Here it's not, from what I've heard, it's not the quickest out of the 3 or the 4 GT3 specification BMWs, but they will work together at Team Continental this evening. I'm sure they will. So you got Ismail Nembri in the orange and black Alpha 4C, pushing on quite a bit for Team Pirelli. You've got Gareth Morris here for Team Hankook, just up the road chasing a bit. It looks like I believe that's the red and black machine. No, it's the red and grey. I do apologise for Team Hankook. He's looking forward to seeing what he can do this evening, I'm sure. So we do have 5 minutes until the race actually starts, and it will be spectacular. So So we have 5 minutes to go. So while we've got 5 minutes, I'm just going to grab a quick drink, because no doubt my voice and my wording may go all crackly, it may go all weird, it may go very strange, because you know how it is with commentating. You need to keep yourself hydrated as well as focused. But yes, we'll be back in a moment or two. There we go. So yes, it should be thrilling, it should be exciting, and it should be close, as you like, this evening for the Eldar Sim Tyre Manufacturer Championship. If you do want to join, guys, if you want to join Eldar Sim, please do contact on Facebook, and do check out www.eldarsimracing.co.uk for further information. And also please do check out the fantastic Instagram account that is run by Kim Sargent. She will, well, she does fabulous thumbnails and does a lot of does a lot for social media, so it is going to be close as you like for these guys. It is going to be fantastic. I am looking forward to seeing exactly how well everyone will go this evening. So yeah, please do check out obviously Eldar Sim Racing. We can have new drivers. We are not going to say you have to be really good at racing. You can be on top of the world, and you can be you don't have to be on top of the world. You don't have to be like Lewis Hamilton and win about 7 world titles to your name. You can be a complete novice. You can be exactly how you want to be, as long as you have obviously a good knowledge of racing. You know how to race, and you agree to the rules. You know, we do have rules in place, but you know, not everyone has to be really good at winning. You don't have to win races straight away. You will get up there potentially, and you can either be like me and be a complete still rookie. If you want to commentate as well, we do have offers for commentary. Like myself, I put down I finished racing and then got into the commentary side, and I've been commentating ever since. I do race now and again, but it is gonna be fantastic to see exactly what is gonna happen. So we are going to be ready to go. and it should be enthralling, it should be action-packed, and it will be epic. So it has been set by Brian, just to reiterate, that's a big word for me, just to say that the grid will be done in an order, so we will be good to go very shortly for round number 2 of the Tyre Teams Championship here at Sadagena. It's going to be a very close battles between certain people or certain teams. It may be there's certain cars may work in a pack. It may be that certain cars will be beneficial. Obviously the Alpha on home turf, but we shall see. Because we do have the Hyundai Genesis, we do have the BMW M3 as well, so don't count them cars out. Obviously the Alpha 4C may have a bit of an edge being on home turf, but who knows. But yes, we are going to be getting ready. We're going to be, hopefully, I believe it is 14 laps both races. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, or if I see it on the timing beam when we do get going. So it is going to be fantastic, and I will get my voice into check in a moment or two. So obviously it will be a bit of 2 interesting races, I'll tell you that, for next to nout. But here we go. We are about to start race number 1 of round number 2 this evening. So let's have a look what is going to happen. So then, we have Dean Atkinson from Samper, from Nick Sargent, followed by I believe Darren starts 4th. Then you've got Ismail, Brian Moncani, Pop Motorsport, and of course Chris Wheatley. So Alpha 4Cs are behind. Then it's the Hyundai Genesis. We are getting ready to go. The revs are building. It is going to be a 14 lap encounter, and the lights go out. Who's going to get a good start going into turn number 1? We will see as we head towards turn number 1. Well, hopefully everyone gets off the line. It looks like Team Continental already working as a pack, so it's going to be very close as you like between these guys. You've got Samper and Nick Sargent, as well as Dean Atkinson. You've got Pokovic trying to get the Alpha 4C. Darren's already been swamped though, so Pirelli have got Pop Motorsport trying to push on quite a bit. Chris Wheatley also trying to do the same. You've got Ismail Nemri, Lee Fitzy. Then you've got the first of the Hyundai Genesis, the Team Hancock car of Moreno, trying to eke out that advantage, trying to get up to Lee Fitzy. Then you've got Brian Ross, Adam Morgan, and then obviously Brian Moncani, that other 4C for Team Pirelli towards the rear of the field. It's got Gareth Morris for the Team Hancock trying to chase him down. We'll see what's happening. Yellow flag there. Who was that? That looked like Nick's dropped to the back. Yeah, he's had a bit of an issue. So Team Continental driver now has had a drop back down to the rear of the field. So Team Continental at the front and tail. So Samper and Dean Atkinson will work together. Pokovic will try and push on for Team Pirelli. It looks like Team Continental driver Darren's going to try and launch an attack. Looks like Team Pirelli drivers are trying to work together, or maybe launch a bit of their own attacks for team tactics. Looks like Ismail Nemri. It looks like, though, from what I've just seen, Moreno down in 10th place at the moment for Team Hankook. So Team Hankook are having a bit of their interchanging battles themselves, currently spoiled by the party of Team Pirelli and Team Continental drivers Brian Moncani and Nick Sargent at the moment. Does look like at the moment though the 14 lap counter may be beneficial, but at the moment the two Continental BMWs would lead the way, going up over the rise down into this long straight here at Sadagena. It's going to look like that we're going to be close as you like. Pokovic trying to get that Alpha 4C for Team Pirelli. He's the highest of the Pirelli guys at the moment though, but it looks like he's going to have to push quite a bit. He's obviously trying to set purple sectors, but what is happening? Because Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli has obviously Lee Fitzy, and of course Ismail Nemri, Brian Ross for Team Hankook. The most leader at the moment, it looks like Moreno's struggling up slightly but surely. Adam Morgan also there, and Gareth Morris trying to push quite a bit. Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli trying to push into the top 11, but he's side by side with Team Hankook driver Moreno. At the moment it does look like it is going to be just Team Hankook just have a slight advantage. It looks like Pirelli have got that, and obviously Team Continental driver Nick at the back of the field. At the moment it's going to be close as you like. So looking at the track at the moment, Team Continental are currently first and second, but currently under threat from Team Pirelli driver Pokovic, trying to push on quite a bit. He's going to be wanting to get that lead as best as he can. So you've got Darren for Team Continental doing a stellar job, the third place Continental BMW at the moment. Yes, he's fourth in the race, but he's third in the team battle. You've got the interchanging Lee Fitzy and of course Chris Wheatley. So Team Pirelli, they're having a bit of a battle on their own. Is that because Ismail Nemri playing the team game and trying to back up the Hyundai Hankooks, as I'm going to call them? Is that because he wants Brian Moncani to catch them? So it looks like the Hankook Hyundais are running team formation at the moment, looking what's going to happen further back. So it is going to be a team game. It is all about the team games. It looks like most of the field go through who's on what tyres in a moment. Looks like Moreno is trying to get past Gareth Morris, which he does, but it is not about your driving, it is about working as a team as Adam Morgan spins around. So that's not going to do Team Hankook any favours. Now that's allowed Brian Moncani up into 11th. Poor old Nick at the moment down in 13th for Team Continental, so that will probably give him a bit of an advantage going into race number 2. Looks like Lee Fitzy now trying to split Team Continental because Darren has got to defend. He's got to try and get past that Pirelli 4C of Lee Fitzy at the moment, but is it going to happen? No, it doesn't. Darren's almost getting swamped, but he's coming back. Looks like Lee Fitzy's going to be pushing on quite a bit. It looks like, though, Team Continental are now starting to struggle slightly but surely, because looking at what Pokovic is going to do, it's going to be very close as you like. Looking what the white Alpha 4C is going to do. Sampa trying to defend like mad, so the Finnish driver versus the Serbian. It does look like we are going to be in for some close proximity. So they're trying to break the toe from each other. That's allowed Dean Atkinson to break the chain. It looks like Darren and Gareth Morris are the first guys to pit. So Team Continental and Team Hancock will have their first drivers in for this evening. So it looks like Brian Moncani and of course Adam Morgan. It looks like Brian Moncani did have a penalty, so Team Pirelli may want to work on their strategy slightly. So that's allowed now Nick up into 11th, so he's on the racing mediums at the moment. Darren's just come out on the soft, same with Gareth Morris. Dean Atkinson currently on the racing softs, Sumper also on the racing softs, followed by Pokovic with the racing softs. He's almost alongside Sumper for that turn. It looks like Sumper's going to be pushing that BMW to its absolute limit. It does look like the 4C of Team Pirelli, though. They are going to launch a massive attack, but what is happening further back? We do have obviously Chris Wheatley, but Brian Ross for Team Hancock playing that team game at the moment, keeping Ismail Namri behind, but that is going to be close, as you like, between these guys going into the latter part of the race. It does look like at the moment, though, that is going to happen. It looks now Pokovic has got the Sumper, and he's now back in Sumper up to Lee Fitzy in the yellow Pirelli. It looks like Sumper's going to try and make a move again. It's going to be very close, as you like, between these guys. It is going to be probably 3, maybe 2. Oh, it's going to get close and fraught. Team Pirelli currently are now working that strategy. Now looks like Dean Atkinson is 3.8 seconds from his teammate Sumper at the moment. So Sumper and Dean are working together for Team Continental. At the moment it does look like Pokovic and of course Lee Fitzy and Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli may swamp that BMW. Also Ismail Nemri is currently under threat from Moreno, and of course Brian Ross for Team Hancock. So Team Hancock are running that formation, trying to run that brewing a formation of Alpha 4Cs. We'll see what Moreno can do for the time being. He clips the wall. That's not going to do his any credentials any good, so he's going to now have to look. Chris Wheatley's got past Pokovic for the Team Pirelli interchanging battle, but that is going to be close as you'd like. We've got Adam Morgan in 9th for Team Hancock, Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli in 10th place. Nick Sargent currently for Team Continental in 11th, Darren for Team Continental 12th with the softs, and obviously Gareth Morris for Team Hancock still in 13th place. Maybe they're going to play a different strategy for the next race, because the next race will be another 14 laps, but we've got quite a bit of time yet. We're on lap 7 out of 14. So Chris Wheatley leads a lot of things. It is going to be very close, as you like, between Team Continental and Team Pirelli at the moment as it stands in this race. And we've got Lee Fitzy trying to haunt, or trying to work as a pack. Looks like Pokovic decided to run down into 5th. You got Moreno trying to get past, or trying to get Brian Ross for Team Hancock, gets a bit crossed up. Adam Morgan there still for pushing on. He's got Ismail Nemri and Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli. They're going to have to push on quite a bit. Darren Baldwin now up into 11th, Gareth Morris 12th, Nick's down in 13th. I believe he's now pitted, so that's going to push him a bit down. But going back to the battle for second, it looks like Team Pirelli are going to be launching a massive attack on Team Continental, but it is going to be close as you like. We're on lap 7 already, towards the end of lap 7. just as we join this battle. Team Pirelli though, are they going to work together or are they going to push? It does look like though Team Pirelli are going to push that Team Continental BMW along the way. It is going to be close as you like. Let's see what's going to happen. Lee Fitzy gets a bit jammed in the middle between Chris Wheatley and of course Sampa for third place. At the moment it does look like Pokovic and Moreno. It looks like the Hankook Hyundai now has got that Alpha 4C reeled in. Looks like he's caught it on his fishing rod. So it is going to be close as you like. We're on lap 8 out of 14, so we've got potentially quite a couple of laps to go. So it looks like Lee Fitzy now has dropped down to 4th, but looking at Pokovic and of course it's going to be close as you like. Pokovic is going to try and get it. It's going to be close between these guys. We'll see what's happening further up, or further down shall we say. Brian Ross and Adam Morgan though still flying the flag for Hankook. They've got second and third in the Hankook standings at the moment. It does look like Ismail Numbri and Brian Moncani though for Team Pirelli are going to be pushing. Darren for Team Continental at the moment 11th, is third in the Continentals, and Gareth Morris and of course Nick Sargent doing obviously quite a few laps now. So on lap 9 out of 14 it does look like Sampa is now going to be under threat, not only from Team Pirelli but also Team Hankook, which kind of isn't gone that way. It looks like at the moment Moreno's going to be pushed out a bit wide. He got pushed out a bit wide there, but that's now allowed Brian Ross, the leading Hankook Tyres Hyundai Genesis. It's going to be close as you like between these guys. Pop Motorsport though still in 4th for Team Pirelli, putting Sampa's Continental BMW. So it looks like Chris Wheatley will be Team Pirelli's wingman, and he'll have not Sampa, I do apologise, Pop Motorsport for his second car. So it looks like we could be in for some close proximity. We do have Brian Ross followed by Moreno and of course Lee Fitzy now trying to put the Frenchman under considerable amount of pressure. So the Welshman versus the other Welshman, Lee getting under threat from Adam Morgan though at the moment. What has happened? It looks like Lee Fitzy has disappeared, so oh dear, that's not good. So that's one car down for Team Pirelli. So Team Continental drivers Dean Atkinson and Sampa dive into the pit lane now. So that's allowed Team Pirelli to eke out that advantage from Hankook. So Brian Ross, Moreno and Adam Morgan for Team Hankook, they are going to be on a massive charge. What is going to happen? It looks like Darren for Team Continental will be flying the flag, but it looks like Dean Atkinson will just get there. Yes he does. So Team Continental 6th and 7th at the moment, followed by Gareth Morris for Team Hankook. He's going to try and take two of them, almost 3 wide into that tight hand bend there. It looks like Darren's got that run there. Dean Atkinson on cold tyres. Sampa's out in 9th, so Team Continental at the moment pushing on. Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli 10th, Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli 11th, and Nick Sargent for Team Continental at the moment in 12th. But what is going to happen? Because I'm interested now. Will Chris Wheatley and Pop Motorsport and the Hankook Hyundais running 3rd, 4th and 5th, will they pit this time round, knowing they have 3 laps to go in this race? It's going to be close. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be hot. It's going to be red hot action, I'll tell you this now. It is going to be close, but we do have some fantastic battles. It is going to be now or never. What is going to happen? Are they going to pit, or are they staying out longer? Looks like Moreno will be the first to take that Hankook Hyundai, followed by Pop Motorsport for Pirelli. So that will now technically allow probably Darren up into 4th place. We'll see exactly what happens. Whether they come out in front of them, that will all depend on certain things. But it does look like Brian Ross for Team Hankook and Adam Morgan with... yeah, so it's about 3 laps to go. Are they going to be pushing? It's going to be close as you like. We'll see exactly. You've got Darren still in 4th there. So that could be technically the lead of the race for Team Continental. Dean Atkinson potentially could be 2nd for Team Continental, depending on the pit stops and depending on the gaps. It looks like at the moment though Dean is under threat from Gareth Morris from Team Hankook, so it's looking likely we could be in for a very close proximity finish for the race. It does look like Sumper for Team Continental may push on. He needs to push, he needs to actually push his way up into that sort of groove, but he's getting there slowly but surely. Pop Motorsport 8th, followed by Moreno for Team Hankook, and Ismail Numri, and of course Brian Moncani, and of course Nick Sargent. So Chris Wheatley now dives into pit lane, so the Team Pirelli wingman gets into pit lane. So Brian Ross will take a lead lap, so that's allowed Adam Morgan for Team Hankook to do his. So that is going to now probably allow Team Continental driver Darren to get up into that will allow Darren up into 3rd. Yes, it does. I do apologise. So that's allowed Darren 3rd. Gareth and Dean Atkinson side by side almost. So that's going to be close as you like for Team Continental. So Team Continental at the moment though, they will be maybe 2nd and 3rd once Brian Ross makes his pit stop with 2 laps to go. This could be a thrilling end to the first race here at Sadagena for the Tyre Teams Championship. Couldn't get my words out then. But Pop Motorsport still in 7th, Moreno 8th, Adam Morgan now 9th, Ismail Numri 10th, Brian Moncani 11th, and Nick Sargent in 12th. So it does look like Brian Ross may be the last pit for Team Hankook. So that's going to allow probably Chris Wheatley to take Pirelli's advantage. We'll see exactly what's going to happen in a moment. Chris Wheatley still on cold tyres for a moment or two. He's just going through the last part of the circuit now, about to probably see what happens, because not only have we got Team Continental 2nd, but it's now Team Continental 1st in their team battle. Team Pirelli straight away on it though. Team Hankook with Gareth Morris rather in 3rd. Dean Atkinson for Team Continental clipped the wall, and then Sumper for Team Continental. So Team Continental may get sort of near enough maximum points for their team, because they do have cars 2nd, 4th and 5th, but that is sort of an ideal at the moment. It does look like Pirelli will have 2 of their cars at the moment. It looks like Moreno and of course Brian Ross for Team Hankook, so Hankook will have 3 cars in there as well. So it may mean Hancock may eke out their advantage. You got Adam Morgan in there, so Adam Morgan potentially, they could have 4 cars in that interchanging. But as I say, it is going to be close as you like going into the final lap of the race. You got Brian Moncani and of course Ismail Nemri for Team Pirelli, still 9th and 10th and 11th rather, which the latter car of Ismail Nemri in front nearly drifts out of control. You've got Nick Sargent for Team Continental down in 12th, which will give him a vital pole position for race number 2. So Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli may eke out that advantage. So it looks like Team Hancock driver Gareth Morris now gets past Team Continental driver Darren Baldwin for third place. It looks like Team Continental though will settle for 3rd, 4th and 5th, but it will be 3 cars that will cross in the top 6. Then you do have obviously Gareth and Brian and of course Moreno and of course Adam Morgan for Team Hancock. That may eke out just their advantage slightly. So it does look like Pop Motorsport in 9th at the moment, Ismail Numri and of course Brian Moncani for 10th and 11th. For sort of Team Pirelli are 3 cars at the moment. It looks like, well, 3 cars depending on what happened to Lee Fitzy in that race. We do have Nick Sargent in 12th for Team Continental, but at the moment our Team Continental playing a late tactic. This is what we see. Looks like Darren is slowly but surely running out of fuel. He's only about 2 corners, maybe 3 corners from home. Is he going to allow that? It's going to be close as you like, but what is happening? So Chris Wheatley will come down the rise to take Team Pirelli first victory of the evening. So for Team Pirelli, Chris Wheatley takes the win, but Gareth Morris for Team Hancock. Then it is the 3 Continental BMWs. Literally a kind of near enough a virtual dead heat going across the line. So Dean Atkinson takes 3rd for Team Continental. Darren Baldwin will take 4th for Continental. You got Sampert in Team Continental. Then you have Brian Ross in 6th for Team Hancock. Moreno for Hancock in 7th, and then you got Adam Morgan there for Hancock as well. So it is going to be close. Oh, I know Darren, I saw him, mate. But you still cross the line though, mate. It's about getting across the line, my friend. But we'll go through and I will get the race results very quickly, and we'll go through them for now. But then you have Chris Wheatley takes a Pirelli win. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's a team game indeed, and it's a very good team game indeed. So Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli takes 1st place, followed by Team Hancock driver Gareth Morris. Then you have the trio of Continentals. Dean Atkinson gets past Darren. Darren just admitted that he had no fuel, but that is part of the team game. You know, you've got to obviously. You can probably have a decent strategy for race 2, I'm sure. Then you have Darren taking 4th place on his return, but also 2nd for Team Continental. Samper takes 3rd for Team Continental, but it's also 5th. Brian for Team Hancock, that's Brian Ross in 6th. Moreno in 7th for Team Hancock. Then you had Adam Morgan for Team Hancock, and Pokovic in Pirelli, and of course Ismail and Brian Moncani for Pirelli. So they finished 9th, 10th and 11th. Nick Sargent for Team Continental finished 12th, which means he may be on pole position for race number 2. And Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli. Don't know exactly what happened, but it seemed to be a bit argy-bargy in that race, but what can you do? And obviously Gareth Morris for Team Hancock takes fastest lap with 140.6 on lap number 7. So it is going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens, but it does mean that Team Continental have got some good ways of interesting to see what exactly happens. But I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what happens for race number 2. But we will have quite a bit of action for race number 2. Race number 2 is another 14 lap encounter. So what is going to happen? Are Team Hancock are struggling with their strategies, or are they just playing it safe? It'll be interesting to see exactly whether Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli does come back. But for now, we've got 4 minutes until the next race. So it is a reverse grid. So so we'll see exactly what is going to happen for the next race. But yes, as I say, what we're looking at. So what's going to happen with obviously Team Continental will have to work a different strategy out, because they will have Nick Sargent on pole position and the other guys will be towards the rear of the field. But what can I say, this league, this Team Tyre Championship is an absolutely fantastic fantastic championship. It is probably going to be close as you like. We'll see exactly what is going to happen. But we do have some fantastic racing. I believe Lee Fitzy may be coming back, so Team Pirelli will have their other driver. It is, I believe it is 4 drivers a team. So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. But we'll see exactly what race number 2 will bring. It's another 14 lap encounter, so we will have some close racing and it will be fantastic to see. Excuse me. So it is going to be a very close race because it is 14 laps and it's going to be in the dusk. So let's see what is going to happen. I don't know why people are sticking reverse, but you know, it's probably down to them. But yes, we'll see exactly what is going to happen. So just looking at Pop Motorsport Alpha 4C, then you got Samper. So majority of the field, by the looks of it, are gonna be on the softs, looking likely the mediums. I think the mediums are kind of like the bogey tire. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure our friends at the racing will tell us. A couple of guys are just going out for practice. The temperature may have dropped now due to it being a bit of different light compared to what they were racing earlier on. So it's going to be close as you like for the second race. It is another 14 lap encounter. So let's see whether Team Pirelli, Team Hankook or Team Continental. It's very interesting, this team's championship, because yes, you have the guys that are winning the race, but you do have the very much team game, should I say. You know, if you play the team game, it works well. If you don't, then you're gonna have to work as a team. So I reckon at the moment Team Pirelli will have a bit of an advantage, but we'll see exactly what goes on for the other 14 lap encounter. It is going to be close, and it is going to be probably personal. So Lee Fitzy is back. He is unfortunately at the rear of the field, but that is the rules, unfortunately. So Team Continental driver Nick Sargent has the weight on his shoulders. Will he get a decent start here at Sadagena for the last race of the evening for the team championship? We are good to go. And who's going to get a good start? It does look like the Team Pirelli 4Cs already are trying to work together. It looks like Ismail Numbri has got that advantage, but it is looking likely we are going to be in for a close proximity race again. We are almost 4, maybe 5 cars going into that first turn after the start finish line. We do have Adam Morgan for Team Hankook side by side with Team Continental driver Samper at the moment, but it looks like Ismail Numbri for Team Pirelli ekes out that advantage from Nick Sargent. Nick Sargent currently under threat from Pokovic for Team Pirelli. It looks like it's going to be a bit of contact. Breathe in, gentlemen and ladies, because it is going to be close. So we do have Hankook driver Adam Morgan 4th, Samper for Team Continental in 5th at the moment, 2nd of the Team Continental BMWs, Brian Mulcahy for Team Pirelli in 6th, Dean Atkinson in 7th, you've got Chris Wheatley in 8th, Denver Renault, Gareth Morris, and of course Brian Ross. Lee Fitzy already trying to make up a bit of ground, and then obviously Darren Baldwin for Team Continental at the tail of the field at the moment. It won't be long till he picks up the pace, but what is going to happen, because Ismail Numbri for Team Pirelli eking out that advantage already as we're about to start another lap. So we have got roughly 13 laps to go in this race. It's going to be close as you like. So Team Continental trying to build on that character building. Samper gets in to eclipse that wall, which is kind of destroyed his car there, which is not been the best. So Team Continental will have to now work of a strategy. Looks like Team Hankook are also swamping that Continental BMW. So we've got the three manufacturers at the moment running, tyre manufacturers running first, second and third at the moment, so that's quite good by our standards, but you're going to have to work as a team to try and work out your strategies. We do have Pop Motorsport trying to put Continental's driver Nick Sargent for currently third place, but it is looking likely we're going to be in for a very insane battle. It looks like Team Pirelli are looking at the dominant force at the moment. They are trying to push, they are trying to make amends from their opening rounds at Dragon Trails, but Dean Atkinson for Team Continental still flying the flag in 5th place at the moment, so that is 2 cars for Team Continental currently in where they need to be. They need to push on quite a bit though, because Team Pirelli are going to be eking out that advantage. Who was that? Looks like Brian Moncani, Brian Ross, and I believe that might have been Lee Fitzy and of course Moreno, but Chris Wheatley trying to hold off Gareth Morris for Team Hancock's charge. So Team Hancock trying to make it. It's got past Dean Atkinson. Nick Sargent's having a bit of a donut session. Dropped down now to 11th. So you got Brian Moncani and Brian Ross, Team Hancock and Pirelli drivers respectively. So the Belgian versus the Englishman currently pushing quite a bit. So what is happening up at the front? It looks like Adam Morgan still in second for Team Hancock at the moment, being their lead driver in this race. At the moment, Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli doing a fabulous job. Pokovic trying to go into Team Pirelli for second at the moment. He's third on the road, but he's second in Team Pirelli's charge. Does look like Dean Atkinson for Team Continental now is their lead driver. So you've got Gareth Morris chasing him down for Team Hancock. So Hancock are trying to make amends to try and push, maybe eke out their championship advantage, but who knows. It does look like that Team Pirelli though will have certain things. Team Continental need to work now on a new strategy, because it is looking likely the strategies are going to go, are going to go the way they need to go. Moreno and Lee Fitzy for Hancock and Pirelli, they're going to be holding a bit of interchanging. I think they had a bit of an issue in race number 1, but it does look like at the moment though we do have a few quite close proximities. But Team Hancock at the moment pushing for some amount of battles here. So Moreno's there trying to get past Dean Atkinson for Team Continental working, or trying to work extremely well. So you've got Chris Wheatley in 4th for Team Pirelli. It looks like Pirelli are the main gain cars at the moment. So it does look like Dean Atkinson for Team Continental will work hard at it. You've got Moreno, Darren for Team Continental at the moment in 9th, and Sampa for Continental 10th. Then you've got Nick Sargent for Continental in 11th at the moment, with Team Hancock driver Brian Ross going side by side. So the two blue cars, one's got a slightly different coloured front end to the other, but the two blue cars trying to swap paint. Do I swap paint because I don't want to see it, so it'll be camouflaged. No, I'm kidding. But you've got Sampa goes into pit lane for Team Continental. Is this an interesting stop, or is it part of his idea to try and push on quite a bit? So you got Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli, then you got Adam Morgan for Team Hankook, Pop Motorsport for Team Pirelli in third, but second for Team Pirelli. At the moment, Chris Wheatley fourth, so he's third for Team Pirelli. Gareth Morris for Team Hankook, second in that, but he's fifth on the road. Then you've got Dean Atkinson and Moreno, and of course Lee Fitzy. They've got Continental, Hankook, and then Pirelli. These three manufacturers may push on to see exactly what is going to happen. But Moreno on a massive charge for Team Hankook at the moment. Looks like Lee Fitzy also. Lee Fitzy gets that yellow Alfa Romeo, that Pirelli Alfa Romeo 4C into the side of that BMW M3 for Team Continental. So Team Continental are going to have to work a very close proximity strategy to try and get what they did in race number 1. It does look like Brian Ross for Team Hankook still in 10th place, Nick Sargent for Team Continental though in 11th, Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli in 12th, and Sampa for Team Continental in 13th after coming out the pits. Looks like Ismail Numri though at the moment pushing on, so Dean Atkinson for Team Continental 8th and 9th. Darren does exactly the same, so that's probably going to allow them guys to try and push into that strategy. Maybe it's going to work into their hands because Nick's spinned it again. That is unfortunate, and around he goes. So that is a bit of a bad night for Team Continental at the moment in this race. It does look like though Team Continental will be pushing for that sort of challenge come the latter part of the race. We do have Ismail Numri still leading for Team Pirelli, Adam Morgan for Team Hankook leading Team Hankook's charge. Pop Motorsport second for Team Pirelli but third on the road. Chris Wheatley third in Team Pirelli's chances but fourth on the track. Gareth Morris for Team Hankook second but fifth. Moreno trying to do well in third for Team Hankook but sixth on track. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli doing a stellar job. Brian Ross, Brian Moncani also 8th and 9th. Nick Sargent though pushing on a bit now, so this is probably going to be close because now Nick is going to be the last of Team Continental to pit. I believe that he was the last one to pit for Team Continental in race number 1. Just seen Darren dart from one side to another ahead of Sampa at the moment, so Team Continental may be working up a very close proximity strategy, because whether these guys ahead are going to be pitting is another thing. So it's going to be close as you like. We'll just go through Lee Fitzy and Moreno for Team Hankook and Pirelli respectively. This could be fantastic because this may work into Team Continental's favour. We shall see, because not only have Team Continental got themselves up into 10th, 11th and 12th, it could be very close. But at the moment, Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli leading the race, but also Team Pirelli's high flyer charger at the moment. Excuse me, as he's leading the race. Adam Morgan in second for Team Hankook, but leading Hankook's charge at the moment. Pop Motorsport for Team Pirelli second, so Team Pirelli will have two cars thereabouts. Gareth Morris for Team Hankook also doing the same. So it looks like Hankook and Pirelli are going to be the ones to watch at the moment. So it's going to be very interesting, because are they playing a strategy? Yes, they are. They're playing a strategy. They're playing exactly what Continental need to work on. But where are Continental drivers? They are now currently heading towards that sort of latter part of the lap. This is where it's going to probably hurt Team Continental, but we will see. Because not only have we got Dean Atkinson and of course Darren Baldwin trying to push, but it is looking likely though. It could be very interesting as you like. So you've got Adam Morgan and of course Gareth Morris now for Team Hancock, Chris Wheatley and Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli, Brian Ross, Ismail Nemri are currently 6th now, so looks like Pirelli may be on course for an absolute sort of a double. You've got Moreno there for Team Hancock playing that game, Dean Atkinson for Team Continental alongside Darren Baldwin for Team Continental, Samper also. So Team Continental at the moment, their pit stop strategy may have gone against them, but who knows. Brian Moncani into off, Nick Sargent 13th at the moment. So Adam Morgan going on to lap number 9 out of 14. At the moment it is looking likely Hancock, the two Welsh lads in Team Hancock are going to be just battling for the time being. It looks like Lee Fitzy and of course Chris Wheatley, so the Welsh boys are 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th at the moment, but in different teams, so they're going to be respectively on a massive charge. Brian Ross for Team Hancock currently 5th. Ismail Nemri though, what, the blue flag is out, I don't know who for though. Well, it's going to be close as you like. So Pop Motorsport and Moreno for Hancock and Pirelli. Pop Motorsport, bit of a contact there, which kind of has a bit of anguished Pop Motorsport, but Pop Motorsport will push on. Dean Atkinson for Team Continental still 9th, Darren still 10th for Team Continental, and Samper for Team Continental 11th. Brian Moncani 12th for Team Pirelli at the moment, and obviously Nick Sargent for Team Continental will still push on for 13th at the moment, but Team Hancock will be getting ready, I believe, for their 2 drivers. He's going to be close as you like. Adam Morgan though, what is he going to do? Is he going to dive into pit, or is he going to stay out for another lap? Let us know guys, because it is going to be fantastic. Yeah, he's staying up for another lap. Gareth Morris though is doing exactly the same. So are Chris Wheatley and of course Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli. These guys are actually just going to be gunning it. Lee Fitzy, the faster of the Team Pirelli guys at the moment though. Oh, he's clipped the wall though, he's clipped the wall. That is not going to do his chances any good now. So Team Pirelli now have kind of had the commentator's curse, but Brian Ross also for Team Hancock. But this could fall into Ismail Nemri's hands for Team Pirelli at the moment, depending on how well pit stops go for Gareth Morris and Adam Morgan, of course Chris Wheatley and of course Lee Fitzy. Darren Baldwin still for Team Continental doing a stellar job, 2nd driver of Team Continental. And you've got Samper in 3rd for Team Continental, even though he's 11th. Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli in 12th, and then Nick Sargent for Team Continental in 13th at the moment. But going back towards the race lead, seeing what Adam Morgan can do for Team Hancock at the moment. Will he make a pit stop this time round, or will they have a bit of a battle? It is going to be battles galore. So Adam Morgan in 1st place will go into pit lane now. Gareth Morris though, a bit brave, staying out one more lap when he's got not much fuel in that tank. Chris Wheatley in 2nd for Team Pirelli. Adam Morgan comes to a stop. Lee Fitzy Thought he was going to go in then, but looks like the guys are going to go to work. Adam Morgan's team go to work. Brian Ross staying out. Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli being kind of the leader of the pack for that. Looks like Moreno there though. Still for Team Hancock. Pop Motorsport in 8th, followed by Dean Atkinson. Of course, Darren Baldwin for Team Continental, as well as Samper. They're doing an absolute stellar job, Team Continental, this evening, even though they're down towards the rear of the field now. But who knows, they may play advantage. Brian Montgomery for Team Pirelli, and obviously Nick Sargent for Team Continental, having a bit of a torrid time this evening, but it's not all about where you individually finish now. It is down to the team. So Chris Wheatley and of course Gareth Morris will be pushing on. Lee Fitzy will do exactly the same. Brian Ross in 4th. That will allow Adam Morgan though to re-inherit the lead. So Team Hancock may get a victory this evening, but we shall see. Pop Motorsport, Ismail Numri, don't know what's happened to Ismail. Has he got a problem with that Alpha? It seems to me he's pulling off though, so it doesn't look like he's got a bit of a problem. So Chris Wheatley, Gareth Morris and Lee Fitzy, and of course Brian Ross. What's happened to Ismail? Has he had a bit of an issue? Because I don't know why he was slowing down, but Brian Ross inherits the lead. Gareth Morris though, fun enough for Team Hancock, comes out in, well, came out in 2nd place, but Adam Morgan now takes 2nd. So Team Hancock playing that game now where Team Pirelli have got to be careful. You've got Team Continental being split by Lee Fitzy in that Team Pirelli Alpha 4C. Moreno for Team Hancock though, chasing down Darren Baldwin. Ismail Numri currently in 10th. It looks like that Team Pirelli orange and black Alpha 4C is not firing on all cylinders at the moment. It looks like he is struggling quite a bit now. He's had a bit of a whack into the wall as well. So Brian Moncani flying the flag for Team Pirelli in 12th. Nick Sargent at the moment for Team Continental 12th, and Ismail sadly with an electrical problem in at Alpha 4C. It does look like though Team Hancock drivers are probably going to battle for 1st and 2nd, even though they don't need to, because it is a team game. But it's going to be close as you like with 2 laps to go in this race. It looks like Brian Ross now makes the decision to go on into pit lane, so that will allow Gareth Morris and of course Adam Morgan for 1st and 2nd for Team Hancock. They would side. Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli with Pop Motorsport behind him, so Pirelli have 2 cars. Then obviously Dean Atkinson for Team Continental 5th, followed by Team Pirelli driver Lee Fitzy in 6th. So Team Pirelli have 3 cars inside the top 10. Team Continental also have 3 cars inside roughly the top 10. Brian Ross comes out in 9th, and Team Hancock also have the same. So it looks like at the moment though Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli has got Pop Motorsport chased. It does look like we are going to be in for a thrilling end. Moreno there trying to push on. Then you've got Brian Ross came out in 9th, Samper 10th, Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli 11th. Of course Nick Sargent for Team Continental in 12th at the moment. But going towards the final lap of the race, you have got Adam Morgan and Gareth Morris, the two Welsh lads for Team Hancock. This could be very close. Are they going to play quickest driver, or are they going to be on the money? Let us know, guys, because we are going to be in for a stellar end to the race. We're about to start the final lap of the race now. We do have Gareth Morris and Adam Morgan kind of pushing each other along the way. The two Pirelli Alpha 4Cs doing exactly the same. Chris Wheatley, oh, Chris has clipped the wall. Team Pirelli tactics aren't going to like that, and Team Pirelli manager will not like that either. Dean Atkinson pushed on at the moment, doing a stellar job in 5th place for Team Continental. Lee Fitzy spoiling the Team Continental symmetry, as well as Moreno in the Hancock Hyundai, and same with Brian Ross. But it's a stellar end to the evening. Brian Ross in 9th, Samper 10th though for Team Continental, obviously pushing on quite a bit. Brian Moncani 11th. And of course Nick Sargent in 12th. But at the moment it looks like Team Hancock drivers Adam Morgan and Gareth Morris are fighting. What are they fighting for? Because it is a team game. Or is it just playing safe and just saying, we'll just have a bit of a race because we know we're good as each other? But let's see exactly what is going to happen. But it looks like Adam Morgan comes through the final turn now, down towards the start finish line. He will take Team Hancock to a 1-2 in this race. So Team Hancock are on the podium, 1 and 2 on the podium, and then Pokovic will come home in 3rd for Team Pirelli. So Pirelli get onto the podium. Chris Wheatley in 4th, Dean Atkinson for Team Continental in 5th. Stellar drive by Team Continental this evening. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli in 6th. Darren Baldwin on his series return to racing gets 7th, but 2nd for Team Continental. Moreno on his debut for Team Hancock in 8th. Brian Ross for Team Hancock 9th. Samper for Team Continental 3rd. Brian Moncani for Pirelli in 11th, but he's 4th of the fourth of the Alphas rather, and Nick Sargent in the Team Continental BMW finished 12th. But it has been a good show, and it does look like Team Hancock will take out the podiums, well, the first 2 spots of the podium. But what is going to happen going into next week's races? I'll get the race results for you guys very quickly, and I will go through them very quickly indeed. It is a fabulous series, as I said before, but we will go through quite a bit of interest moments. So Adam Morgan takes Team Hancock to a 1-2 on the podium, with Gareth Morris finishing 2nd. Pop Motorsport for Team Pirelli in 3rd, followed by Chris Wheatley for Team Pirelli in 4th. Dean Atkinson flying the flag for Team Continental finished 5th on what was a very close and probably very interesting evening for Team Continental. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli, after having a bit of a mechanical issue in race number 1, finished 6th. Darren Baldwin for Team Continental though 7th, which was a stellar drive from him, obviously enjoying his time back in the driving seat. But Renault for Team Hancock and Brian Ross for Team Hancock in 8th and 9th respectively. Samper for Team Continental in 10th, obviously the 3rd of the Hancock, not the Hancock, Continental BMWs. Then Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli, the 4th of the Alpha 4Cs, down in 11th. And Nick Sargent, the 4th of the Continental BMWs, in 12th. Ismail Nemri for Team Pirelli in the orange and black Alpha 4C had contact with the wall, but then also suffered mechanical issues Lee Fitzy actually gets the fastest lap with a 140.5 on lap number 8 for Team Pirelli, so Team Pirelli get a fastest lap point. And yes, it is going to be fantastic to see exactly what is going to happen. But yes, I cannot wait to see what is going to happen next week, because next week will be close as you like. And I'll tell you what, guys, this team championship is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to see what will be a very interesting round. Until next week, guys, I will see you guys then, and I've been the one and only Hoppers, commentating for Eldar Sim Racing. I will see you guys Friday for the next instalment of the Toyota Yaris, brought to you by Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs, and it will be a thrilling championship battle there as well. So be sure to check us out, and please do like and subscribe. Until Friday, guys, take care and ta-ra.